Oh, today I'm playing the Pauper Challenge. I have been releasing my last few videos on Tron. However, today, as you can see on the screen, I'm not playing that in the challenge. Um, I'll go over my thoughts on it, I guess, right now rather than at the end. Currently, I don't feel comfortable playing in a higher competitive event with Tron because I think it's a little too heavily targeted right now. There's a lot of main deck graveyard hate. There's a lot of artifact hate that makes Ornament a little bit worse. And fogs are not a catch-all right now. There's a little too many decks that just don't care about fogs or can work around them extremely effectively. That Fogtron really struggles to be in a dominant position right now. And the format's a little too fast to sit there tapping Ornament to really abuse it. So instead, I've decided to play Eggtron with Ornament in it still. I will go over the main game plan of the deck first, and then I'll kind of go over some of the finer card choices for those who are familiar with the deck. So Eggtron itself is a deck I made, oh my goodness, years ago at this point. I don't remember what printing it was that made me think it would be great, but essentially the idea is that it uses Tron to leverage the mana and draw a large amount of cards through these cheap artifacts, commonly referred to as eggs, for their kind of orbular egg-like shape, I guess, back in the old Second Sunrise era, where they got their name. So you filter through your deck very quickly using Foundry Inspector, Tron mana, and just a large amount of card draw. Most of these artifacts can trip. Spare Supplies +1 card. All these card draw up over here. Buying time through Weather the Storm and Fangor Marauder or Scattershot to answer your opponent's board along the way. And then around turn 7, turn 8, you've drawn through your entire deck. You have a Foundry Inspector on the board, and then Conjurer's Bauble costs 0. So you put a Conjurer's Bauble back in your deck, draw the Bauble, play the Bauble, put a Conjurer's Bauble back into your deck, repeat ad nauseum with Jace's Erasure on the table, and mill your opponent out for targeting them with a compulsive and killing them right then and there. The deck is very redundant, very resilient, because Conjurer's Bauble lets you shuffle back in life gain, lets you shuffle back in your inspectors, all kinds of stuff, as well as itself. So basically any kill piece, Jace's Erasure, if they try to counter it, you have an effective 5 copies here. Frantic Salvage allows you to reset your combo. So maybe they're just sitting there at the end trying to counter everything. They counter a couple baubles. You can put them all back on top and redraw them without having to worry about running out of kill cons, which is the main reason you run that. It's also pretty great with Spare Supplies. You can put 2 or 3 Spare Supplies on top, and that's basically a draw 4. And Spare Supplies are an artifact that is positive card. Tucking them back on top is pretty awesome. So the big change is Bonder's Ornament. I have cut the 2 Prophetic Prisms. The deck is very, very color light, as well as already having access to Sphere and Star. So you don't really need too many copies of any color. I was only on 2 Prophetic Prism in the past, and then 1 Energy Refractor, which I'll go over more in sideboarding why I still want to be on 1 copy. The Bonder's Ornament is kind of nice because the deck wants to draw a lot of cards. Sometimes it runs low on gas. Sometimes you want to build up for a big Weather the Storm turn or Scattershot turn where you hold all your artifacts and you just play them all in 1 turn. So being able to sit there and tap Bonder's Ornament either after you've gained a ton of life and bought yourself several turns, or when your opponent isn't applying pressure and you know you're going to want to gain a lot of life, Bonder's Ornament over Prophetic Prism is pretty nice. It's not really an insane upgrade or anything, but it's a nice little bonus. Now onto the sideboard. This is kind of where that Energy Refractor comes in on, because postboard they're going to have Pyroblast for your Jace's Erasure, they're going to have Graveyard Hate for your combo, they're going to have a lot of stuff, and you can beat it all, because if you have Energy Refractor, you can duress them, and you know they're holding counters. You duress them, Conjurer's Bauble duress them, Conjurer's Bauble duress them. Their hand's gone. You can combo off safely. You also have Ancient Grudge for any Graveyard Hate they have. The deck's pretty resilient. You can lose several Conjurer's Bauble. You really only need 2 to infinite kill at the end, but you can technically win with 1 Conjurer's Bauble and Jace's Erasure and Frantic Salvage. Just continue tucking and replaying your library. That's pretty awesome. So a lot of the times you'll always bring in the 1 Temporal Intervention, which is why I have the 1. It's slightly better than Address because it can hit very macabre. Then the additional copies are for the matchups where you want to play it throughout the game rather than just at the end of the game. So if they're playing a bunch of counter spells on null type effects, something you want to interact with, maybe they're trying to fight over your compulsives that are high card positive counts, so you want to keep comboing. You bring in the Duresses, and that's why I have that. The 2 cast downs are for the matchups that a little bit of life gain isn't quite enough at, the ones that have creatures that scale very highly, like Jund, Wildfire with their infiltrators get really big, the 2-drop. And they can hit you for 20 a turn and stuff like that. So cast down to reset it is a lot better than another Weather the Storm. It's pretty good against Blue-Black Terror as well, or Blue Terror, because they're countering a lot of spells. The game gets really slow. You want to remove that 5/5. It can be hard to resolve a Finger Marauder. It can be hard to get a bigger Weather the Storm. You just want to buy time. And the additional Scatter Shot is really great. Hits a lot of things. You storm off pretty crazy. A lot of the matchups are Scatter Shot. It's better than deal 2 to everything. Lets you Foundry Inspector, all that nice stuff. Ancient Grudge, pretty self-explanatory. People are playing a lot of baubles. I mean, not baubles, spell bombs and stuff. Hits them, lets you combo off. Fantastic. Another Wither Storm for aggro. 4 copies. You do draw a lot of cards, so you do see them pretty early. But the 5th copy is just nice. A basic Swamp. This is a lot of black cards. If you're bringing them all in, you want to be able to cast them. Just a Conduit Pylon isn't quite enough, so the extra Swamp is nice. Just makes your deck a little bit smoother. A lot of times you're also bringing in 4 Spell Bomb. It's just a good card. It's still a rock that cantrips. It's a little awkward because it costs 2 mana to cantrip, which is why you don't main deck it. But in the post-board matchups where any amount of Graveyard Hate is useful, Terror, Tron, whatever have you, you can cycle a bunch, and that's where the basic Swamp really comes in handy, because it's a little bit easier to tap than a Conduit Pylon requiring a Tron line and it up. The Swamp you can just tap. Use a lot more black mana that way. But the Spell Bombs are quite nice because they still cantrip. And then an alternate win con in Golem Foundry. Sometimes Jace's Ratio is a little too hard to win with. They might have a way to exile it, perhaps throw on Duresses and Graveyard Hate, as well as enchantment removal. You just need a second way to win. The creatures are sometimes really nice, like against Blue Terror. They can trump block, stuff like that. Just as an alternate win con, because sometimes one can get exiled, and you don't want to get caught with your proverbial pants down. Deck's fantastic. I'm a big fan of it. It used to be something I played a lot. I like it for its resiliency. The combo is extremely, extremely hard to disrupt once it gets going. Typically, the only way to beat this deck is to cut them off Tron early, kill them really, really quickly. Sometimes they, like regular Fog Tron, you just don't hit your Weather or your Marauder fast enough and you just die. You are running 4 Expedition Map, 2 Crop Rotation, as well as a lot of card draw, Candy Trail, Scries 2, stuff like that. You hit Tron pretty consistently. Sometimes you can whiff, and you do usually lose those games. The deck doesn't do all that great without Tron. Typically without Tron, your best hope is Foundry Inspector and comboing off with some of that stuff, getting a big storm, something. But it's not that often that you get to do that, because Foundry Inspector has got the biggest target on his back in the world. You'd be surprised if you're on tap with it, you're in a great spot, but that never happens. With all the Graveyard Hate right now and all the slowing down to interact and try and stop people from their comboing and Combotron, I think they can do it against Combotron. Like, Duress and stuff is great against them. Artifact Hate is great against them. Graveyard Hate's pretty good against them. They can beat some amount of it, but with so much of it, it's hard. This deck, Duress doesn't really do a whole lot against you. You can recur all your stuff with Conjurer's Bauble. You can just play it out. Artifact Hate is actually, believe it or not, despite this deck being over half artifacts, not that good against you. The only artifacts that you have that are on the table and haven't already generated value is Bonder's Ornament before you've drawn a card off of it, and Foundry Inspector. Every single other artifact here has value on entering the battlefield or can be sacrificed in response to removal. So you're extremely resilient against Artifact Hate, but people see all these artifacts and they think they want it against you. It kills Foundry Inspector, it might kill Ornament, sometimes they'll sideboard Ornament out and they're just sitting there with dust to dust in their hand. It's pretty great. So, resiliency on that. Graveyard Hate, you're resilient, you've got Conjurer's Bauble, you dig through your deck really quickly to Ancient Grudge. None of these cards matter until you're at the bottom of your deck and then you've got all of your answers, so it's not like the timing matters. You're resistant in this, your combo pieces can be exiled, so Graveyard Hate's not that relevant against you. Pretty great. Duress, we already went over, not a whole lot you can do. Typically, the only way it can get you is if they're on Duress, Enchantment Hate, and Graveyard Hate, and Artifact Hate. They can get all of your win cons sometimes if you're a little unlucky. Happens. Not very often, very, very rare to happen, but that is probably the only way you can beat them in a late game. This deck churns through its cards extremely, extremely quickly. Your best bet is usually trying to kill him a little faster, maybe fighting over the life gain, playing aggro. Blue-black can get you sometimes because the Weather the Storms typically aren't enough to get past their 5/5s, and then they fight over the Fangren. It can be a little hard. Mono red's still mono red, you know, my bane since 2015, who knows what year. They win the die roll, they kill you turn 4, you played 3 turns, you don't have enough time to do your thing. You're just dead. Happens. Sucks, but it happens. I'm really, really a big fan of this deck in the current metagame, though, as well as my ability to pilot it. Might not recommend it for everybody. It's a lot of clicks, it's a lot of triggers. Deck can be a little complicated when you're ready to win. There's a lot of lines that can be kind of hard. But if you like drawing cards and having Tron, definitely recommend it. Alright, Pauper Challenge. I am playing Tron compared to your traditional Tron. We'll keep this one. It's a little slow, but it's 2 out of 3 Tron, so it's good enough. It has the Inspector, which can be nice sometimes. We'll play the Bauble pretty aggressively, probably cycle it pretty aggressively too. Just want to find what my Tron pieces. That's my opponent know what I'm on, but I don't care. Aquifer, any kind of blue-black deck. Decent matchup for us. Spare Supplies is a great draw. More than likely I'm going to want a Compulsive next turn if he doesn't hold up Double Island. If he does, I am probably just going to go Chromatic Sphere and pass the turn. And then draw off my Spare Supplies here. Drawing the Frantic Salvage early is a little awkward, but overall this hand's still fine. Always like it when they have the Lorien rather than the Mildew. Means they're a little bit slower at the start. Pretty big difference. Bonder's Ornament in blue-black, huh? Sure, that's Expedition map. We're off to the races because we get to go map into Compulsive and have a lot of cards. Is this Spell Pierce? Fair enough. That actually really sucks for us. I should have played around that. I didn't even think the Bonders. For some reason I thought he was tapped out. That's my bad. But if he's just sitting here on Bonders, I'm kind of chilling. I'm going to lead with this Inspector. I kind of want it to get countered because my hand doesn't do a whole lot. And then I get to Frantic Salvage these cards and have a Spare Supplies because it's card positive, so. Yeah, Refractor's fine. And I'm just going to go Bauble, Spare Supplies. I don't need the Sphere. I mostly just want to get the Spare Supplies, and I just misplayed by doing it like this, but that's fine. Protects it from any random hate. And now I have access to a draw too, and I can get that 4-drop out of my hand cycled without having to worry about it being countered this early. I don't know how I feel about Ornament in this deck here. It's seems loose, but I might still end up losing just because we are very land heavy this game, and I got my Compulsive countered. If this eats a counter, I'm ecstatic. I don't need it. Alright, I'd like to stop drawing lands now. We're going to cycle you for blue here in case I hit something nice. Continue looping our Conjurer's Baubles. Nothing I can play left anymore, so we'll just play that like that. It's fine to get the 1-drop artifact cycled through. Adds the storm count for the turn. This adds an extra turn to my clock, which is a nice draw. Second Terror really sucks, but he's on 2 in hand, down 2 counter spells, so we're drawing pretty live from here. I do have Candy Trail, Spare Supplies, so I get to see at least 3 cards. That's horrible. Oh my goodness, this is awful. I mean, I'm still gonna play it here just because it eats a counterspell potentially. But I cannot imagine a worse series of draws than what I've had right now. Yeah, I wouldn't counter it either. Probably just gonna draw off the ornament. Yeah. Dead next turn. Have nothing going on in my hand. How did I manage to draw so many lands? That compulsive counter is probably where I lost this game. I should have just played a Foundry Inspector or something, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna hold on to this for Storm Count. What did I draw? We're gonna mill ourselves a little bit. We do have access to, what's it? Deep Analysis. Get the green here. I need to top deck pretty damn good from here. That's probably not going to do it. I will still play the ornament. Maybe I draw into something. Maybe he has the third counter spell. Who knows? Let's draw some cards, man. I know it gives him a card. I don't really care. And that's probably... Well, I guess it's not quite GG because I have the creature on the table. But I have no artifacts to sacrifice, which really sucks. So I'm just blocking and going down to 1, which means I still have to top deck from here. He has a snuff out. It's good enough. We had a really terrible draw. Alright, post board. We want Duress, we want Cast Down, Temporal Intervention works. We can bring in the Spell Bombs. We're just bringing a ton of cards. Spell Bombs are less than fantastic, but they're okay. We definitely want the Swamp. We're just going full value. Fangren's incredibly hard to resolve. Foundry Inspector is no longer needed. We will get rid of Erasure as well. We've got Golem Foundry to win with. And then from there, this is where the cuts get a little awkward. So we can cut a single land because we've got the Swamp. I'd rather cut an island, actually, to be honest. That's nice. Scattershot's pretty easy cut here. I do want the 2 Weather the Storm. I think they're actually kind of nice. Let's cut Candy Trail. Spell Bomb and all that should help a lot. Need all my colors. I don't want to cut Crop Rotation. Maybe it is Crop Rotation, though. I think that's the play, and just keep as much card advantage as possible. 1 land. No. Awesome. Okay. Keep this, get rid of... Yeah, 2 lands. Not that good of a hand, but all it takes is 1 good spell and we're kind of cooking. Maybe I should have kept that Conduit Pylons to try and find a compulsive research. He's going to counter aggressively because I mulled a 5? Nope. How about Cast Down might buy me time? Probably not. I mean, there's a reason it's a 2 of, because it's kind of awkward in this early game situation. All we can do is sit here and draw go. I'm not too excited to play that into 2 open blue mana here. I would rather wait. This game's going to go on for a bit with my current hand. My best chance of playing anything in this game is catching our opponent with their proverbial pants down. So we drew extremely dead. My hopes are not very high, that's for sure. Maybe bobble. Maybe he counters it. Cool. Man, this is not good. Actually, I'm going to turn off auto yields. I'm going to slam the map. I don't care. Make them have it. Sure. Stuck on 2 lands. Game 1, drew only lands. Such is the life of Tron. It's a great way to get me tilted at the start of a tournament, but thankfully I'm going to have time in between rounds because it's going to be a fast one and I can cool down. I'm going to have to. Alright, we're going to draw some cards here. Of course I draw it after he gets terror down, but that's okay. That's a massive draw. Wait, that's not the one I needed. Oops. For some reason I thought it was mine. That's still fine then, because I can go Spell Bomb here, crack it, draw a card, pass the turn. Depending on how much counter magic he has, we might be okay. I do have double cast down to attempt to shoot it twice, which is what we're going to be doing. Don't like my odds for it though. I'm gonna wait till his end step, primarily because I'm gonna sit here and hope he, well, I might do it in the attack step now. I was gonna say I hope he casts DeLorean Revealed, but now if he's just snacking, I'm going to try for it now. If he has a counter, he has a counter. I do have another cast down. It's all I can do though, so. Alright, it resolved. That buys me a lot of time. That's a pretty big deal. We're just gonna slam down spare supplies here. It's also nice, gets me up on cards. Bonder's Ornament. I want to respect Spell Pierce if I can. Now, if he had Pierce, he would have already played it on my cast down. Alright, we're in this game somehow. Our opponent must have terrors or something in hand, and that's why they're being slow, which is awesome for me. Yeah, there's another terror, which I can cast down again. Compulsive is awesome. I can tap it like this. Yeah, definitely discard the land. And then we're gonna spare supplies and temporal intervention him. I think I'm still just gonna do that. I want to see what he's working with. If he has another terror, eating it here is huge. Murmuring Mystic, sure, and Snuff Out. That's both fine. Snuff Out does nothing post-board. So we take 7 here, but now I've got Cast Down and Weather the Storm to stabilize. So maybe we are in this game. On the Mull to 5 that did nothing. Alright. Open with Cast Down. Huge. Compulsive. Discard 2. This is fine. I guess in the duress. And then we will go Golem Foundry into Weather the Storm. Buy some time. Up to 18. Next turn I can cast more spells, get there with the Foundry. Looking really good. Ornament of his own is fine. I will happily duress here. He did just draw a bunch of cards. Yeah, there's an annul. Then we're going to hit him with another compulsive. Got a discard too, which kind of sucks. I'd rather have double Conjurer's Bauble here. Let's see. We're just going to loop the Conjurer's Baubles in my graveyard. It's not a bad draw. Right now I'm mostly just concerned about dying to any random snackers, so it works out for me. We will go for it this turn for sure. Cool. And then we weather the storm and pass. If he wants to ornament, he can ornament on his own dime. Draws us a card too. We're ahead on board. He's the one who wants to be using it. This is pretty much exactly why I want ornament in my deck, is it works still as a prophetic prism in my deck, while also making ornament for my opponents a little bit worse. The only thing I do need to be aware of is if I am ready to start comboing, I have to be very, very careful. Now at some point I might blow his ornament up with an Ancient Grudge. Not quite there yet though, because I have to tap it to cast it. That's an awesome draw, by the way. Did he top deck an annul? Alright, that's also an awesome draw from our opponent. That's fine. I'm going to hold on to this land in case I hit another compulsive. There's one left in our deck. Yeah, that's expected. Oh, that's huge. I was going to say, we don't want to fire this off until he taps it, but because he did it right there, we get to do it. Because if we wait, or if we go proactive, he can tap it in response, but this way I get to draw a card and blow up his relic. It's massive. That sucks, but we have an ornament. Let's see. I'm gonna go for black, I guess. It doesn't really matter. We've got all our two colors here. I don't have any green spells left, I don't think. That's an awesome draw. What I needed game one. I can't believe I'm getting away with this game. If this is Pierce, I don't care. Alright. I was despairing. I was talking about how I needed time to cool off in between rounds, and now we get to play a third game. Play the map and crack it first. We are getting a little low on cards in deck. I do have to be aware of that. I would love to get a third golem on the table at minimum. To draw some cards here. Continue looping baubles through my deck. I don't want to accidentally attack. Crack the spell bomb. Prevent him from getting any sneaky 5/5s on me. That's two more artifacts to get a wider board. It's an okay draw. Probably not going to do anything with it though. And then I'm just going to draw with the ornament here before I forget. Cool. Another spell bomb. Why not? Alright, 4 golems. Got them at 7. Looking pretty darn good. Sure. Sure. He gets to survive another turn with this. He's got to pass though. I get to blow him up with Spell Bomb whenever he tries to return them. No sense in stopping. We still got 12 cards left in our deck, so we're pretty chill on making more golems. The more I have, the better odds I have of winning, so let's see what's left in our deck. I haven't really been counting. No, we're out of hand hate. Mostly lands. So yeah, I guess I can stop here now. Okay, game 3. Cannot believe we won that one. Alright, on the draw, I don't really think I changed a whole lot. He kept in removal, which means I definitely don't want the inspectors. He might cut them post board now, so it might be worth to bring them back. Let's see. I don't think I need them though. Yeah, I think I'm pretty alright with this setup. This is as much card advantage as possible and as much good interaction as possible. Yeah, we'll snap keep this. I think worst case scenario is you go to Island and has the annul for my map, but we still slam. Turn 1 Spellbomb's great. Spellbomb does not matter to us for the majority of the game. That's a really good early draw. We're going to want to find a spot to push it through. Don't have natural Tron. I think I'm almost tempted to grab an Island here. We'll see what he does. I think I still just grab a random Tron land though. I've got enough colors in my deck, it should be okay. Snacker's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna grab an Island then. He doesn't have very many copies of Pierce, and drawing off these compulsives is a really big deal. I have a second one, but yeah, that sucks. Continue to jam. Do you have a second? Okay, good. Discard the Island there, play you, play you. I'm gonna counter it? Okay, that's what I thought. These snackers could end up being a problem. I don't have Tron. I have hit 0 spell bombs, so if he just hardcasts a 5/5 here, I'm in a little bit of trouble. Orion's fine, actually. Okay. He can crack in response. It denies him a card. It also denies me a card, but I think I want to do that. I just want to get it gone now while it's free. And then, as awkward as it is, I'm leaning pretty heavily towards just casting Golem Founder here. Which really sucks, because these snackers are going to kill me. I need to dig for Tron. 0 lands? That's brutal. No spell bomb to slow him down, 0 lands. He's just gonna take over the game now, I think. I don't know if there's really anything I can do about it. That's a nice draw. We're gonna start off with duress. I would really, really, really like to get this Golem Founder on the table. He's just gonna start killing me with flyers. I'm dead in 2 and I have no access to weather the storm. What a horrible scenario I found myself in. I need to top deck Tron next turn, I think. And then get a good weather turn or something. Just drawing weather might be good enough, I don't know. But this has been a nightmare. Alright, we have to name green. I know he has an annul in hand, but whatever. It's not it. Play you out. Gonna annul it. Sure. Means his hand's just an island, which if we can beat this somehow we're okay. This draws me the most cards. It puts me at 1, but if we need weather or bust anyways. Let's not weather the storm. We lose the game. Man. Man! What is this? 4 Urza's Mines. Did I misplay this game? I did run into the Pierce that one turn. I think I'd do it again, though. Maybe I'm supposed to get black instead of the island, because I did have Temporal Intervention in my hand at the time. I feel like I just hit my fail rate. Game 1, we drew like 14 of 17 or whatever lands I'm running. And then game 2, we got really lucky. I shouldn't have won game 2 ever. That was a terrible draw on my part. And then game 3, I missed land drops and my opponent had a hand that was very good against my setup. Like, I had all these good card draw spells and I just couldn't cast them. I didn't have Tron. And he had all the flyers. He had pretty much every single flyer in his deck. He's missing one snacker. If these were 5/5s, this game is significantly more winnable. Alright, I'll see you for round 2. Alright, round 2. Calm down a bit. I'm over that loss. I got more tilted than I usually do. I guess it's just because it's a challenge. Care about it a little bit more. I played a league game off camera in between and won it, so it's pretty nice. Solid hand, turn 3 ornament. I think this is one of the cases where I really get to see it. I haven't really gotten to test it in this deck a whole lot. Ooh, that's even better than going for the crop rotation line, because this means I could go for a pretty big storm turn if I want. This looks like Affinity. How does this work again? Non-creature spell. Okay. I would like to think Affinity. Maybe it's not. That seems like a strange card to be playing. Grab the tower. What are the odds he's on negate? I guess we're gonna find out. Cool. We're just gonna go for a pretty basic turn. I don't think I want to try to crop rotate or anything cute. Maybe I do. I do have another expedition map in hand. I don't know. This seems odd. Okay. Those lands didn't make me think he's on any weird dispels, and this is way too much life to say no to, so. Like, if he had a basic land instead of a Vault of Whispers, I'd be a lot more hesitant. The only reason I was hesitant at all was because his Black Mage Rod is really weird. Yeah, it's just good old Affinity with the basic mountain. I don't know what I'm playing against. Okay. He's on Enforcer, he's on Black Mage Rod, he's on Neutral Monitor. Basic land seems weird. We're gonna start with just a compulsive here, probably discarding the island. I've got enough random other colors in my deck, especially when I draw that. Go with the Scry. solid cards. I like both of them. Let's draw a card and then cast another compulsive here. Love to see it. Have life to play with. This is how the deck is supposed to operate. We had really weird games last match. Next turn I can get this Fangren Marauder down. I would like to see him tap low enough to where I don't have to worry about any weird stuff on it. But ultimately Fangren Marauder is insane in this matchup. Getting it cast down is the worst that could happen, I guess, but I don't even know if they run cast down. It's usually like, what is it? The Cart Clan Shaman with the Death Touch combo. Makeshift munitions, sure. Opponent's on a weird one. Anyways, Fangren Marauder, GG. Conjures Bauble. We're going to tuck a Compulsive Research, because it's more cards. The first one is always tucked, and the rest of your baubles target your own bauble. And then we're just going to crack artifacts, I think. Well, it's free to do so. Grab another land, and then draw a card. Now, even if he removes this, I got a lot of value out of it. We're sitting very pretty. They don't have a whole lot of ways to remove it that don't give me more life as well. I think his best case scenario is Galvanic Blast with a, we're going to discard Remote Isle here. I've got time to play the Deep Analysis. Galvanic Blast and then sacrifice to munitions, which still gives me 5 life. I guess he could sacrifice the hero token. It's on 2 in hand. I like my odds a lot here. Another familiar. Now we'll discard the Analysis. I'd attack with Enforcer there if I was him. Love to see it. Alright, let's start with Spare Supplies, draw a card. Game feels pretty over. I just kind of go through the motions now. So far this game, the Bonder's Ornament hasn't really been all that different from a Prophetic Prism, but we did have a game last match that felt great with it, so I think the difference is pretty negligible. I'm not abusing it or anything, but it is still nice to have. Another Fangren? I don't think I need the second Bonder's Ornament. Play the Star. And then I think I just do Deep Analysis into Fangren. I think worst case scenarios I get hit by that, pay 3, the mana leak that they sometimes run. I'm gonna get my last Urza's Tower here. We've gone through most of our blue spells. I can get rid of the island. Now we're sitting extremely pretty. I would be very surprised if we lose this game. I'm gonna hold on to this. I don't really have a reason to Frantic Salvage unless I end up running dry on cards here, but we're pretty far from doing so. Because it does get me back double Spare Supplies, which is +2 cards in the long run, and it cantrips it. More than likely I want to wait until I draw my, what's it? Jace's Erasure. Sure, man. Whatever you want. I don't care. Start off by cracking you. Candy Trail's great. Those are awesome. Alright. Grab blue. Spare Supplies. Compulsive myself. Discard a land. Refractor. Expedition Map is pretty great. Get those lands out of my deck. Hit my land drop for the turn. I don't think I have yet. Grab a mine. And then let's just go Deep Analysis. And Conjures Bauble, probably. Yeah. Cool. Should win pretty soon. We're almost at the bottom of our deck. I've got a lot of card draw left. Sadly, our opponent has 4 mana up, which means they can kill my inspectors twice. Kind of annoying, not really that big of a deal though. We're gonna draw off analysis first. That's pretty awesome, actually. Let's continue drawing cards. We're ahead on clock. I'm not too worried about it, so I can think, make sure I'm not messing up here. I don't want to play Inspector until I'm actually ready to win. Loop you on another Conjurer's Bauble here. All that matters for. Sure, just build some Storm Count. I want to kill these flyers, get them off the table. He can Blood Fountain them back, I don't care. Actually, maybe I do care. Conduit Pylons can get discarded to my Compulsive. Okay. There is Jace's Erasure. So let's just do it off the sphere. I think I kill next turn. I don't think I kill this turn. Because we can just Frantic Salvage a Foundry Inspector back. I'm not too worried about that. I don't know if there's any lands left in my deck, but I still have to draw it at some point anyways, so let's just set it up like that. Save targets over here. I could technically mill myself, but I'm just gonna set that up now. Whatever. We'll just Compulsive, I think. And then next turn kill him. There's nothing he can do that will stop me from killing him next turn. Yeah, there's the Toxin Cart Clan. Figured he was on something like that. Alright, discard the Expedition map. We're chilling. There's no world where he kills us here. I don't think there's a world where he can stop me from killing him either. So we just go Inspector, we start playing stuff, he kills it, we play another Inspector. Let's go white. Conjurer's Bauble. And then we're just going to start bobbling Bauble here. Where are ya? I'm blind. There you are. Pop my graveyard out. And deck them for 33 cards. He must have just given up and is making me go through the motions. I had to guess, because he's just not killing my Foundry Inspector. I don't want to misclick, which is why we're going to keep one Bauble running around. It might be slightly faster, but this game is quick enough. I'm not really worried about it. But he's also not F6, which is really odd. There we go. Cool. I want to cut the 2 Foundry Inspectors. They're just not needed to win. I would like an Ancient Grudge because I'm expecting a bunch of post-board spell bombs. And then I would like a Singleton Duress because I'm expecting a bunch of Pyroblasts to target my Erasure. The only change is I don't really like Scattershot all that much. It is nice for buying time on one turn. It can be good. Maybe I just do a Foundry Inspector to make the kill at the end a little bit easier. At the same time, they've got the Blood Fountain that does absolutely nothing until I cast Scatter Shot, so I don't know. I might just try and have a combo kill. Matchup's mostly good for us. I do have to make sure I don't randomly die to their aggro draws and stuff like that. But overall, I do feel quite good about this matchup. 2 out of 3, has a Candy Trail, has a Weather the Storm. You keep these. Last game was how this deck is supposed to operate, so I'm glad I at least got to do that once. Definitely lead on Candy Trail. We're just looking for Tron. Bam. There's an ornament too, that's nice. Because that means I can get a really big Weather the Storm turn off next turn. Wellspring, sure. So we're just going to go Urza's Mind pass the turn, draw off Candy Trail. And then next turn we can get Tron into Ornament. We'll have 5 mana, triple Conjurer's Bauble into Weather the Storm. It's going to be nice. I'm just going to draw here. So I can F6. I don't really care about the equity of him potentially having land drop into something else. Whatever. Alright. Tron, Ornament. Turn 3 Tron is really, really good. Candy Trail. Set up my next turn. Don't need you. You're free. Why not? Bam. Then we'll just pass the turn. If we can help it, we'll never crack these baubles. I'm expecting a bunch of spell bombs, so I'd like to respect them if I can, but triple bauble is a lot, so it is a little awkward. We'll just discard the island. If he plays another, I'm going to crack this bauble, though. Missed land drop? Okay, no. Has 5 artifacts. Could cast an Enforcer, could cast some black spell, spell bomb. Yeah, that's why I want to hold on to these baubles if I can. I do have access to Bonder's Ornament, so we're sitting fairly good. Play you out, and pass the turn. We're not under pressure. I'd like to just gain the card from the Ornament. Sure. If we hit Ancient Grudge and can deal with the Spell Bomb so I can unlock my baubles, that would be pretty nice. Duress isn't the worst. It's not the best. A solid draw, sure. I'll take a Refractor. It's not bad either. I do want my land drop, so I'm going to cycle through. I think I'm just going to Duress a little aggressively. I know it's not the best here, but I don't like holding on to it either. Is he going to Galv me? Sure. Surprised that's still in post board. No wonder our opponent's doing nothing. They're sitting on a bunch of Galvanic Blasts. Yeah, eat that Pyroblast. We've got a lot of time. No, not a lot of time. We have time. I wouldn't say a lot. But we're still sitting fairly pretty. Like, I can sit here and double Ornament next turn. I don't have to crack these baubles yet. That's a great draw. Just gonna cast it now. I don't want him to crack Relic or Spell Bomb on it. I want my cards. Cool. Let's do that and pass the turn. Next turn we're gonna have to start drawing or doing a little bit more. But this turn is still pretty chill. Our opponent doesn't have anything that can reach us from here. We're only taking, what, 6, 9, 10? That's fine. I do have to gain life next turn, though. This is my last turn to just kind of dilly-dally like I have been. But this Ornament has drawn a lot of cards. It's been really nice this game. Candy Trail's a solid start. And there's Fanged Marauder. He can kill it, but that's fine. How do I get the most out of it? I think I go spare supplies into hardcast it off an ornament. And then we just start going off here. Yeah, because he's going to go for the toxin analysis. I am going to move in on this Conjurer's Bauble. He can exile too. That's fine. We can win with just 2 baubles. Wow, he didn't move in on it. And I drew Grudge. I'm actually going to hold on to it. I don't really care if he eats 2 here. And he still hasn't eaten 2. That's insane. Okay. Well, let's go red. He really should have cracked in response to one of those, I feel like. Frantic Salvage is fine, whatever. I'm not going to do a whole lot with it. Sure. And then I'm going to blow up his flyers now. That's going to leave him with nothing to work with. I'm going to wait till he sacrifices this, I guess. Sacrifices something in response to this. Why is he not going off with this? I'm just gonna keep cracking artifacts then. Sure, give me more life. I don't even need to go for his flyers anymore. Give me Remote Isle. We'll just cycle it now. Sure. Happily. Are you gonna use your Cart Clan? Why'd you give me an extra 10 life? Seems so odd to me. Yeah, sure. Wipe the board. I take 5 a turn. I'm at almost 60. I don't... Before I wasn't at a high enough life total, I felt comfortable taking the 5 a turn, but now I do, and I can just save it for his Spell Bomb. For when I'm ready to combo. Sure. Sure. I think I still do go for it now. Mostly because I almost want to blow up this Blood Fountain. This frees me up to Compulsive and all that stuff and potentially loop it later. And this taps him off any potential Pyroblasts. Card a land. Get the lands out of my deck. Only 2 left. That's awesome. Start drawing cards. That's awesome. I love top decking Deep Analysis when I want to draw cards. I think there's only 1 land left. Let's make sure we get it out of our library then. Onto a pylon. Sure. Flashback Deep Analysis. Play you. And play you, and then discard 2 lands. Sure. I like spells that draw cards. The Duress is still in our deck. We got to do it back. We still have the Foundry Inspector. I'm liking our position a lot. We should be able to kill in a turn or two. So let's lead on supplies. Start drawing cards with these. He has Pyro, that's fine. I don't care anymore. Discard a land. Play the next one. Discard another land. Start playing my baubles out. Put them on the table. Set up for a kill next turn. Play the spare supplies. There we go. You. I'm gonna keep this map in hand in case he plays another refurbished familiar. Pass. We kill next turn for sure, 100%. I don't see how he can stop me. Not when we're at 43. That does nothing, but I don't care. That also does nothing, but I don't care. Alright, let's start with a Duress. See what you're working with. Pyro Galv. That's really annoying, but still winnable. So let's go crack this. What we're gonna do is get an empty library. And just loop Duress 2 more times. Play the Inspector. Faces Erasure. Get back Conjurer's Bauble ×2. Just to ensure I don't accidentally kill myself. And win the game. He might be on something like Fairy Macabre, I guess. That's the only card I can think of that might kill me. And even then, we are quite comfortable at beating it. I can just go white mana here. And if he ever tries to hit me with the Macabre, we get to Frantic Salvage in response for a lot. But I'd be surprised if Affinity is on a random Macabre to buy back with Blood Fountain while getting milled. Cool. Alright, 1-1. Much better showing of the deck. See you guys for round 3. Alright, round 3. Got some lunch in me. Feeling nice and refreshed for round 3. 1-1. Winning this round's a pretty big turning point. If I lose, I'm in a lot of trouble. This hand is definitely one of the cases where I'd rather have Prophetic Prism. I might actually keep it, but with this Candy Trail and Conjurer's Bauble, I don't like my odds too high. Another really weird hand. It does have 2 out of 3 Tron, so I think I keep it. And then these 5 are all awkward. Gates, I guess? That's an amazing draw. I'll take that. And I prefer natural Tron on an egg, but Arboreal Grazer. Yeah, this has got to be the Gates deck that just has, I don't know, they used to run Arboreal Grazer? Seems kind of cute, I guess. I mean, I've got 2 out of 3 Tron lands, triple compulsive. It's a weird draw, but Gates doesn't apply that much pressure. He's spending his full turn for an Armadillo Cloak, whatever. Island, definitely going to discard that to the compulsive. If I hit Tron, we're sitting pretty cozy. I briefly considered discarding 2 there. I don't think I do. So we're drawing to what? 4, 8, 10 cards to hit Tron? That's one of them. Alright. Our opponent's not doing anywhere near enough damage for me to care. Set up the supplies. I am going to try and set up a better... Like, next turn I think I might just go Foundry Inspector, Ornament Bauble, and Compulsive. I don't think he represents lethal next turn. I'm taking 9 here. I guess that is pretty close to lethal. Okay, that's really, really nice. I didn't want to play the Fangor Marauder because I don't really have anything to sacrifice for it. So let's tuck a compulsive. I should have kept that, I guess. It's a little awkward. Did I play a land drop? The answer is no. It's turn 5, so let's get a land. And then we still have the mana to go compulsive and Weather the Storm. I don't mind discarding 2 here. That's fine. 2 more spells. This is a really good turn. I don't need either of these anymore. And then Bonder's Ornament, better than Prophetic Prism right here, that's for sure. That extra mana is really nice. Feeling great now. I think that was the turning point to win this game. Our opponent only has 3 in hand, even if they remove this Inspector, whatever, who cares. Kind of glad I saw that Thraven Charm. I always forget it's a card. I would have forgotten to play around it. But we're going to slam Fangor Marauder here and gain another 15. I don't care about my opponent's life total. Let's go green. Case. Gain some life, set up my guilds. Play you out, grab blue. Draw some cards. Got to yield that. Oh well, I'll draw some more cards. And then I'm just gonna deep analysis, I think. Awesome stuff. I don't mind land drops. I do like consistently hitting them. I've got the compulsive as well. I think I just double top. Guarantee I can discard 1 off compulsive. I've got to draw my full deck, so something like that isn't that bad to guarantee value out of a compulsive. Even if he has a removal spell, it's pretty chill. Good to see more of his deck, yippee. Palace Sentinels too, alright. That's minus another Thraven Charm, which is nice to know about. Do not care about that at all. I get to attack for free here. He's gonna want to block it. Get to kill a Grazer. No way he lets me take the Monarch. There's no way. Just block with the Grazer and move on. You don't need a 0-3. There we go. Let's start off with a compulsive. Discard an island. What are the odds he can remove an enchantment? Pretty low. I'm gonna go ahead and develop the erasure now. I'm ready to start winning. I guess remove isn't even a problem. It's specifically exile that I would be worried about. Yeah, I'll take both of these. Like I said, I gotta draw my full deck, so something like crop rotation is not that bad. Fuck my Conjurer's Bauble. Crop rotate this island away. Play another Conjurer's Bauble. Tuck this Conjurer's Bauble. Don't have the colors for this, but maybe I draw it here. Not the end of the world if I'd never hit it, though. I don't really care. I'm at 71. Cool. Pass the turn. I can just F6 through it. I don't care. More than likely, I'm going to have to worry about a Thraven Charm more than anything else. Yeah, Journey to Nowheres, I figured he's on those, but I've gained the life I need. I don't care anymore. I can win long before he kills me now. Alright, we're going to start with the Deep Analysis. Sure, that's a fine draw, I guess. I might be able to fire it off this turn. It's definitely coming out post-board, but not bad to have here. That's not a bad draw. Don't know if I'm going to be able to fire it off here, though. Discard you. Yeah. About what I expected to see out of my opponent's stuff. Bam, 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 bam. Blue. White. Red. Can I kill this turn? I probably can if I go in on these, so let's just go in on them. No, I want that in my deck. Let's go all of the cheap cantrippers. So we want Chromatic Stars, not Candy Trail, Chromatic Star, Conjure Bauble, Spheres, Stars, and Baubles. Done, and oh my god. Oh, that was an unfortunate misclick. If it comes down to time, that's gonna be why. Just at any order. Doesn't matter. Tuck it back. That's the wrong click. Whatever, man. Pass the turn. I win next turn. I don't even have to care about Thraven Charm anymore. Okay. Scattershot out. One Foundry Inspector out. I'm gonna want Duresses probably. Golem Foundry seems good. Bonder's Ornament seems mid. I don't think this... He's gonna have a lot of answers to artifacts, I think. So I don't know if I want that. And then just go like 2 Duress and a Temporal Intervention. Be careful to not play into any random big dust to dust type things. That's mostly what I'm afraid of. Seems like a great matchup for me. I think Ornament's going to be better than Duress. I can cantrip off it. The Duress is really only good when I'm ready to win. Turn 3 Tron. Never say no to that. I mean, it is awkward. These are probably the cards I want to draw the least. So in essence, it's almost a 5-card hand, but this is like the best 5-card hand I could imagine. The only way this gets really awkward is if he has a artifact removal spell that isn't Dust to Dust and he just blows it up right here because he's on the play with a turn 1 Grazer. But he's passing the turn, which is really odd when he has Gate for free 2 damage, so that means he has something. Keep Gate, create a treasure? Sure. I forgot I could do that. It's cute. Can play the Monarch card this turn or just cast a Rumble, sure, whatever. That's all fine. I don't care about any of that. Takes the Grazer. No, he took the Guild Gate. Okay, so it's all gone. Alright, we have Tron now. I'm probably going Island Compulsive, though. Never mind. That's awesome. He might have Pyros? I don't know. He seemed pretty set on green-white, though. And then we'll probably hit him with the Weather the Storm. I don't really want to get my Inspector exiled. Yeah, we're just going to hit him with the Weather the Storm now. It's early. Guarantees me some time, even though it's not that fat. This matchup feels really good for me, though. They're just not very fast, and they're not anywhere near disruptive enough. Gonna go with another compulsive first things first, see what we're working with. Gonna discard a mine this time. And then I think I just go land, conjures, bauble, go. I don't want to discard to hand size here. I'm gonna hold on to this bauble for the rest of the game. I don't feel pressured to try and use it early to just keep my cycle, to keep my wheel spinning. That's fine. You can draw whatever cards you want. It's a race of life totals, not of cards here. At least on his part. I'm gonna happily play the island now, though, in deep analysis. See if I can't draw something more. Foundry's pretty solid. There is a chance he has removal for it, but it gives me a lot of chump blockers is why I brought it in. And I do have access to a second kill. I was just worried about losing a kill conditions for some weird reason. That's probably one of the few ways I can lose this game. Is I misplay and give him something like that. Because like even if he dusts to dust here, that's fine. I don't care. I can sacrifice the bauble. I've got other stuff. I do not need a crop rotation. I will take a candy trail, number 3. Because I figure he brought in Dust to Dust, which is, it doesn't really do a whole lot against us. Most of our artifacts can trip or sacrifice. So post board I'm probably going to cut. If there is a game 3. There might be if I don't draw a green source, but I'm so likely to. I'm not, yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's go with Deep Analysis flashback. Chromatic Star. Bam. Fangren. Bauble. Or no, we crack Candy Trail first. And I will spend the baubles while he's tapped out, because I would really like to have this Fangren get value. So we're gonna get a compulsive back, and then we're just gonna tuck our other bauble here to ensure it's not under pressure. So that way he can only ever exile one bauble if he gets the opportunity to. We're gonna discard. That was probably a misplay. I should have discarded a power plant. Shouldn't matter, but there's a world where it does. We're at 42. Solid position, Journey to Nowhere, whatever. Halfway through our deck. Seen a lot of lands, it's getting worrisome. Erasure, I do not want to play Erasure early, so that's all 3 of our kill conditions. We're pretty much out of bad cards to draw. Go ahead and get our last Urza's Tower here. And just pass the turn? Yeah, just pass the turn. Not a lot of dead draws left. There are still 2 Urza's Mine, 1 Island, and then the 2 crop rotations. How many expedition maps? 2 expedition maps. So that's 8 cards out of 27. I don't know if he can even remove this Bonder's Ornament. He is hitting me for a lot of damage. I think I actually might die next turn. So I am under some amount of pressure, but we've got 2 life gain cards in our deck. If I have to, I can push the envelope if he taps out on Frantic Salvage with Founder Inspector to gain a lot of life and mill him a bunch. And just commit. If he taps out here, there's a world where I consider end-step salvaging. But none of the artifacts in my graveyard are really that great. Rumble's fine. Means he's searching for something. Grabs a gate, whatever. Or a grazer, I don't know what he grabbed, it doesn't matter. Yeah, he chose main or gate. Okay. He can put it out there, and now he's got triple gate. Looks like he's gonna hold up green-white. Oh no, he's playing something. Yeah, take like 20 here. I'm gonna draw a card. And then upkeep I can consider salvaging depending on what we draw. Or on my turn as well, after my draw step. Okay. I don't think I want to. I just need to hit any life gain. So we're gonna go blue. I'm gonna commit the erasure here. And maybe that's a mistake. We'll find out. Now it's getting mildly worrisome. So I still haven't hit anything. Can I play that and still cast? Barely. Okay. Wow. Okay. I need to have him not have a removal spell after I temporal invention him, which is very low odds. He's got Thraven Charm and Dust to Dust, which means I'm probably just dead. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. The 2 of 4 life gain cards in the bottom 15. If I had hit the weather instead of the Fangren, I'm fine. Maybe I'm supposed to frantic salvage there, and I get 2 candy trails. So game 3, I'm gonna respect Dust to Dust. No, the candy trails wouldn't have saved me. That was just a little unlucky. Game 3. Cut you. That's about what I expected to see. I don't know what I want to bring in. I guess a singular scatter shot might be better than a Weather the Storm. My only worry is if he has Guardian of the Guild Pact, Weather the Storm might be better. I don't know if I like Bonder's Ornament. It's just kind of a lightning rod, so maybe I do this. Yeah. Maybe I do Double Inspector. I don't know. I feel like ultimately those choices aren't as big of a deal. I'm a little worried going into game 3 as I do sometimes just have a fail rate with this deck. Like, this hand's not that good. We're going to keep it. I'm going to get rid of probably Scattershot here. Or Weather the Storm. We'll get rid of Weather the Storm. I feel like Scattershot's got better odds of buying me time. And it's got Candy Trail to scry. It's got cycling here to continue digging. I'm going to put Deep Analysis on the bottom and Spare Supplies on top, I think. As nice as Analysis is, it feels pretty uncastable. But Supplies digs me too. I might have to play this Remote Isle out, which sucks. Gotta be careful of a Dust to Dust. I will respect it. So I'll probably just crack the Spare Supplies on my next turn and then play Remote Isle. can't believe I lost that last game. It felt like I was a shoo-in to win, and then I just never... I got a really slow game, I guess, as far as life gain. And I drew all my awkward cards really early, which here I am again. Ooh. I'm going to play the power plant. I'm not playing the candy trail, because if they both get blown up by a dust to dust, I will cry. I will cry on recording. Our opponent's pretty slow here, thankfully. They took a Basilisk Gate. So they've got 2 Basilisk Gates in hand. It's fine. That's an awesome draw. Give me 3 cards, man. Ooh. Fuck. I think I still discard the Remote Isle. I like all these other cards more than it. Alright, once again drawing to about a 10 of to hit what I need. Got triple Basilisk Gate. He's gonna start applying pressure. I need to find Tron. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. He has no way to answer Jace's Erasure. Let me... Does Draven Charm destroy enchantments? Let me look up Draven Charm. Destroy target enchantment. I am gonna respect it then. I thought it might. I'm just gonna Candy Trail. I'm gonna set up a... Yeah, both of those can go bottom. Fangren Marauder, I think. Do I Energy Refractor? I can Energy Refractor. If he wants to blow that up, I can just... He can blow it up, whatever. And then I'm not going to Compulsive, because if he goes for the Dust to Dust, I want to be able to sacrifice my stuff in response. Yeah, him going for pressure makes more sense, though. I'm just going to take it here. I think I'm still going to draw off the Candy Trails. I know I've got a Finger Marauder in hand, but I need my land drops first. Okay. Feed with the trail. That's awesome. Both on top. Draw here. Star. Star. And then I'm going to wipe his board. He draws a card, but it buys me some time. Same target, blow up the spawn. And the next turn, I can slam Fangren and gain a bunch of life. And I've still got this one land up if he tries to dust me. Going for Heap Gate, huh? It's actually fairly surprising. Alright, and then crack all these artifacts. I'm gonna lead on Condor's Bauble. We'll bobble back a Compulsive. Bobble back Bobble. If he Thraben charges me, whatever, it's still pretty manageable. And then play Chromatic Star as lost. I mean, he can dust to dust the star at this point. I think that's fine. I'll be sad, because, yeah, but ultimately it's not that big of a deal. We're at 43. Feeling much safer than I was last game. Missing a lot of land drops, which means there's still a lot of lands in my deck, which is very concerning. Yeah, there's the Dust to Dust. I figured he might have it, but that's fine. Whatever. He's not killing my Fangren, so that's great. Yeah, I'm definitely not blocking. Alright. I would like to find where in the world the artifacts in my deck are. Oh my god. Discard 2 and then pass? That's crazy. What are the odds? I'm still alive, but that's gotta be the weakest turn 7 in this deck I've had in my life. Because he just keeps pumping them. I'm going to die. I don't know about that last pump, but sure. I'm taking 27. Going to 13 or 14. Whoa. Is this how I lose the game? I've got to go for this because it lets me grab Conduit Pylon and go for a Weather the Storm. I will take any artifact on the top of my library, man. I might have to chump block here. Wow. Whatever. I'm starting to stabilize, I think. Quad gate. Yeah. It is pretty good at finding them. This matchup is... I feel like it should be more free than it has been, and it's concerning me a little. Smacking me for 20, keeping up 3 mana? What is this? Cloak? I don't know about that one. I guess it gives trample so I can't chomp. That's fair. Okay. I can't go with the second Fangren first because I want to Scattershot and buy a turn. Now I can go for it. Okay. Tuck another Conjurer's Bauble. Now I feel really good because I get to wipe his board. The Scattershot's been better than I thought it would be. I think I just misboarded game 2 because I misunderstood the matchup a little. Which, to be fair, I don't have a lot of practice in it. It's starting to really stress. I thought I was screwed. Okay. He can get them back, but that doesn't matter. It's a time walk. So I can smack him for it. It doesn't really matter. Whatever. Who cares? Move on. I can start drawing cards next turn. I've got this Temporal Intervention. Double Medic is perfectly fine. I'm not killing his creatures anymore. I'm gonna lead with Compulsive. Probably discard the island. Maybe discard Tower. I don't really need it if this Inspector's gonna stick. That's a great draw. Yeah, let's just... Nah, I'm gonna discard the island. Maybe I'm greedy, I don't know. The last of the lands out of my deck. There's so many lands left in my deck. It's worrisome. I'm going to Temporal Intervention while he's on 1 card in hand. See what he's working with. Yeah, it's a Dust to Dust. I figured it might be. And then I think it's time to develop Jace's Erasure. Seeds. Cool. This was a lot closer than I thought it'd be. And maybe I just disrespected the deck. Respecting Dust to Dust made this matchup a lot easier, though. Like, he was stuck on 2 this game. The first one didn't really do a whole lot. It removed, like, what, a Refractor and a Star? But it gets gates out a lot faster. Like, it's got open the gates. It's got the Arboreal Grazer to ramp them out quickly. It just starts attacking you with them. It can ramp a lot higher than a lot of other decks. I think I did disrespect it more than I should have. Game 2, I boarded in a way where I assume I can't lose and wanted to be as secure to any potential sideboard cards he might have. And I think that's what costed me that game. I mean, ultimately, I did get a little unlucky, only hitting 2 of my life gain cards in the top, what, 50? Something like that. So it could have been free, but in this game, I stumbled for a while. I didn't get Tron. It's still my 4th land drop. I think I got Tron on turn 5. And then I had those turns where I had all colored cards in hand and nothing, which I guess is part of me cutting the refractors. It's a bit worse when I expect a bunch of hate and I cut refractors and have all these colored cards in my hand. It's a little awkward, but we managed just fine. It's not like the colored cards are all powerful. A lot of them are compulsive research and stuff, so you can find your mana filtering. I think it's okay. But 2-1, great stuff. See you for round 4. Alright, round 4. 2-1. Winning puts me on a pretty good path to having a great tournament. Losing is still pretty okay. 2-2 is not the end of the world, but I'd like to win. Who doesn't? Alright. No. This is a riskier hand. It does have Expedition Map and Candy Trail. I am a little bit more inclined to keep it. I think I took Scattershot. Like, I get the Scry off this. It's a little awkward with the other 3 spells being colored like this, but I think it's semi-close to Tron. I am drawing to, what, 8 cards, and I see 3 on turn 2. It's not the worst odds, but it's not the best odds. But I think you keep it. I think this is what the deck's about, you know? I'll take a random land, as awkward as it can be, because that lets me draw off Candy Trail next turn. Yeah, it's a Tron Mirror. Pylons. I need to dig, that's a little awkward and slow. And then I'm just going to draw off Candy Trail and hope I hit one of my other 8 Tron lands. Opponent mulled to 5, by the way. Hitting me with the map island. Okay. Alright. I don't really want to redraw any of those, so I'm just going to do you blind. Done. Deal. Got Tron. That's what matters. Thankfully, if our opponent's on Tron, that means they're slow. We lose a bauble, that sucks. We do got to be careful. It's a Flickertron build. I think... Ooh, huge. So I'm going to bait him into potentially prohibiting me. We're going to go Power Plant, and then I'm going to act like he doesn't know I just top deck Tron, so if he has Prohibit, he slams it on this map. Because he wants to deny me Tron. He might have it, and it might have just been a heads-up play. Flickertron, which is ultimately... We'll see how this plays out. Okay. I do get the compulsive this turn. Finger Marauder is not really going to do me a whole lot. I'd rather just draw cards. I'm actually going to crack the map for a random land first. Just give me an island. I'm okay with discarding that. Put this on the table. I have no plans of cracking it anytime soon and pass the turn. Things to be careful of is Ghostly Flicker on Bojuka Bog. Game 1, I just have to combo as fast as possible. Not a lot I can do about it. I would say he's pretty favored game 1. Post-board, I feel like I've got a lot of tools to stop him from stopping me. Okay, he's got Tron next turn. Ornament's great. Gonna start off by drawing cards, though. Lead off the one. I want to hit a lands before I do compulsive, ideally. Inspector's amazing. Just digging for land drops. Didn't hit it. That really sucks, but that's okay. I don't want to crack Bobble because I'm really afraid of Flicker on Bog. So he gets Tron here, sure, whatever. Ornament's fine. Double Ornament's fine. Okay. Let's get a Urza's Tower first. Tower, Candy Trail. Don't need Crop Rot. I'll take another Candy Trail, sure. He only has 3 mana up. I'm almost tempted to go for the Jace's Erasure now. He counters it, it's really bad though. Let's lead on Ornament. And then hit him with the Compulsive here. I don't think I want to play Erasure. I think it's just too risky. I like lands. Draw a card. Flashback Deep Analysis. I can discard a Fangren, I don't think I care. Don't even have to. Look at that. I'm not going to play out the second Inspector out of respect of Breath Weapon or whatever. 2 damage card they run, I don't care. I do have to be mildly careful with him potentially decking me with these ornaments. I think playing my ornament is worth though, because ultimately it does value me. Double Ornament here is pretty aggressive. I think this is the turn I go for Erasure because I can just Conjurer's Bobble it. He has a counter, eat the counter out of his hand. I've got to Power Throw him eventually anyways. Tapping low is huge for me. I think if I resolve it, most Tron decks don't actually have an answer. So that's pretty huge. Crack Map, get the land out of my deck first. Remote Isle is nice. Crack for blue, Deep Analysis. Start milling my opponent. I don't care if he has Teachings. Or Conjurer's Baubles are great. Cycle the land. And then just tap spare supplies here. Discard a land here. I have to be exceedingly careful of Ghostly Flicker on Bojuka Bog, but beyond that I feel like I'm in a pretty solid position here. As well as Bonder's Ornament. I mean, winning game 1 would be massive. I've got a lot of dead cards. He does too. I've drawn pretty much all of them. You're looking at all 4 here. There's a chance one of these turns here I just cast double Fangren. But I don't think fighting Fogs is going to be worth it. Triple Ornament's pretty awkward for me. It means he can make me draw 3. He does have Teachings in the graveyard here. He's down 2 out of 3 walls. Salvage is a fantastic draw. If I can resolve it when he taps low enough, that'll be huge. Let's start with just cracking Candy Trail. I'm probably casting Deep Analysis. I want to hold up the mana to cast Frantic Salvage if he ever lets his defenses down. I can't say I like him just letting me mill him here from his side. Seems awkward. Speaking of awkward, I'm done for the turn. Pass. Smack him for 3. I think I'm just going to discard both Weatherless Storms and a land. No sense in playing them. Hope he just draws a Thornament a bunch here. If he taps slow enough, I'm going to Frantic Salvage all of these cards on top of my deck. And then he can't win anymore, I don't think. Weather, Fangren. Land. Fortunately, he didn't tap low enough for me to do that. So instead, we gotta wait to fight, which is still fine. I don't care. Depends on how many counters he's on. Refractor's fine, don't care. I've milled 0 flickers from him, which is slightly worrisome. Also, Marasa is fine. We still have the red removal spell in our deck, which is pretty great. Heritage Reclamation is your choice. I guess it blows up enchantment. That's pretty problematic, isn't it? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna do this now. Doesn't get better for me. This is why game 1's really rough. Ooh. It's pretty huge, actually. I want to shuffle it back in. I have no lands left in my deck, so I'll go with you. Gotta be careful of the ornaments. I just don't think I can win game 1. It's so bad for me. Okay, there's Erasure. Replay it. Start going for tucking Conjure's Baubles. Make him have the flicker. You can make me draw 2 cards. So this works out. It can actually only make me draw one. Which is good, because I whiffed. Right, he only has 4, and then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. So I can safely draw here. Make him mill. Go bobble. He's got to have something here. Otherwise he just dies. The fact that I'm still casting these spells is honestly shocking. Postboard gets really good for me because we've got Duress and then the spell bombs and all that other stuff. They're in the tank. They should have teaching much sooner. Because they can't teaching's flicker here. They don't have the mana. I thought when they went to remove my erasure they would have the flicker to exile, but they clearly don't. He does have a ghostly flicker. Okay. So if he has flicker plus counter spells when this gets awkward. So we're gonna go for the fat. I don't want candy trails actually. That worked. Okay. So he bogs me and whatever. I lose my frantic salvage, so what we have is what we have now. That's fine. A bobble. Crack it. I don't know if I kill this turn, but we get pretty darn close to where it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Okay. Managed to win game 1 somehow. Okay. Don't need Marauder. Don't need Weather the Storm. Let's bring in Duress. Temporal Intervention. I think Candy Trail's probably the worst of these all, so let's bring in the Spell Bombs. And then we can bring in a basic Swamp because I'm bringing a bunch of black cards. I think we just cut an island, yeah. Okay. Crop rotation. I think the speed's fine. I think I really just want to get Tron quickly and start cycling as fast as possible. I think Scattershot's slightly better than Cast Down. I don't think I want a lot of copies of removal. I'd rather just play all the spell bombs. Yeah, ship it. Oh, Ancient Grudge. Fuck. I forgot. Oh well. This is not a keep. This is a great keep. Get rid of Scattershot. It's the worst by far. And then I'll just open on a Spell Bomb and keep it on the table for a while more than likely. Well, maybe we just open on the Spheres, because I don't need Spell Bomb early. They just molt to 2? I was actually really excited to play the matchup. I wanted to show how dominant I'd be. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I beat one of my own creations in a sense, so feels good. 3-1. See you guys for round 5. Alright. Round 5. Gonna actually get up and grab some water real quick. My mulligan choices first. Let's see. Definitely no. Seems fine. Probably get rid of the island here. And then I'm gonna grab some water really quick. Alright, I pressed record and then grabbed my cup to drink water because I was about to start talking a bunch and realized it was empty. Great Furnace. Tomb Raider. Oh boy, aggro. This hand's not bad. In fact, this hand is now kind of great. I'm gonna get the filter land to set up a scatter shot. I think my opponent has one of the better starts they could possibly have. Jeez Louise. Okay. I would love to find something better than Conduit Pylon to play this turn. Okay. That's something better. Alright. Huge. I can wipe his board. That's so huge. Triple Goblin Tomb Raider with the Great Furnace, though? That's a pretty brutal draw. I'm glad I had this. I have an equally great draw, but wow. What does this do? That's pretty good. Alright. Taking 3 turn. That's a decent draw. Draws me some extra cards. Ornament here. Pass. Jeez, double Inventor's Axe. Okay. Mildly spooked right now. Taking 5, going down to 7. I'm probably dead next turn. It doesn't really do me a whole lot. Let's draw a card. I might just be dead. I don't think I can hit anything here that buys me a turn, unfortunately. I'm just going to hold on to these for Storm. If he has any burn or haste, 2 damage, I'm dead. And he's mono red. The 4th Tomb Raider. Alright. Killed me on turn 5 after getting 3 of his Tomb Raiders killed? Kind of insane. But this is what it is. We cut Ornament probably? No, we cut Deep Analysis. What am I thinking? Wow. Maybe Grudge is fine. Cut Erasure, kill him with some Marauders. Yeah. Wow. Mono red, man. Still losing to it on Tron. All these years later, huh? Quadruple Tomb Raider. With the Great Furnace. What do you do? Almost stabilized. Unfortunately, just a little too shy. I mean, yeah, I'll keep it. It's got the inspector to dump my artifacts out. It's got double tower. It's got candy trail to search for better artifacts. Ooh, interesting. I think I bottom. I need Tron lands. I need interaction. Yeah, I like that a lot more. And then we can just crack Candy Trail here. They have the artifact? He has to, right? God, man. This deck has gotten scarier since I've last seen it. Inventor's Axe is pretty nutty. Am I just dead? I didn't hit any Tron lands? And crack you to dig one deeper and then Candy Trail? That doesn't do me a whole lot of good until I hit the next Tron land. Okay. Top. Jeez. I think I'm just dead because he has double Tomb Raider Inventor's Axe. Like, what? Like, what is this, man? And raise? Yeah, okay. Alright, we're done. Pack it up. I'm no longer in top 8. There's one more round. Guess that's how you go 4-1 with mono red. What the fuck? That sucked. Alright, see you guys next time. Alright. The 6th and final round today. 3-2 right now, so even if I win, my breakers are not that great. So no top 8 for me. Pretty easy mulligan. It's an alright hand. Go to the remote isle. Or the conjurer's bauble. Probably the isle. I'd rather have the potential to cantrip a map later, and this always cantrips. A little bit cheaper. Might draw a 2-drop. Not the best hand, but it's something. Our opponent's really fast. We're gonna struggle. While I wait on my opponent to show up, I might say this again at the end of the video. This will probably be the last Thursday challenge I record. So it's going on a lot longer than I thought it would, and I do have plans later in the afternoon. So if I ever do top 8 one of these, I wouldn't be able to finish the recording, and it would put me between a rock and a hard place of what to do with it. And I don't really want to go through the effort of recording a video and then not actually playing the top 8 out or not streaming it because I'm in my other commitment. However, I do plan on playing the Sunday challenges, so I'll still have a weekly challenge to upload. Hopefully that one goes a little bit better than this one. This one's not going too poorly. If I lose this game, I'm going to be a little sad, as a 3-3 record is not that great. But I'm having a lot of fun with this deck. I think it's great. I'm a combo player at heart, you know? Swamp. Go. Cantrip this now. Would like to hit an artifact that cantrips back. Or just Tron. That'd be cool too. What deck plays basic swamp and says go? Jund? A brew? My guess is Jund. I do sure wish they would play a bit quicker. Not the worst ever. I mean, if our opponent isn't applying the pressure starting turn 1, I don't mind having a bunch of compulsives. Limbus? Is this that, like, Gardens deck or whatever? A good draw. Now I just need Tron. Yeah, discard a land here. Gonna lead with Candy Trail to try and find Tron. Yeah, it's that Gardens deck, so it's probably a pretty solid matchup for us. I'm gonna Candy Trail. I guess I could have tapped the island, but there's a world where I go mine into compulsive. They've got a bunch of removal. I don't remember them having anything that kills you too quickly. Got like Crypt Rats and Monarch and stuff. They're more of a removal-based control deck, so I do have to be careful with the Fangren, and I probably want to set up a pretty fat one. Both of those are pretty easy bottom here. And then I think I'm just going to go Conjurer's Bauble and crack the Candy Trail as well. I don't like compulsiving and discarding the only land I can hit, and if I don't draw a land, it's pretty awkward. Bottoming 2 card draw spells kind of sucks. Maybe I keep that Deep Analysis because our opponent doesn't apply pressure, but I just want to find Tron. There's Tron, okay. Let's see here. Let's get it off you. Get that tower, and then I think I'm just gonna play Spare Supplies here. We'll work from there. I think it's not the worst Weather the Storm. I think I'll go for it here. 12 life is still pretty good. That's fine. Main deck spell bombs. Something to note. We're down 1 bauble. I do need to pay attention to them, as it could get pretty ugly. I think I'm just going to develop a Inspector here. I don't really need them particularly for anything. That's fine. These cards are great cards. I'm going to put both on top, and then I'm going to draw some cards. Actually, we'll play the supplies, and then we'll probably compulsive. I might just discard the Scatter Shot and Fangren. They don't seem that great here, and I'd rather just get closer to comboing. Oh man, I'm gonna hope they don't have a way to remove Jace's Erasure, and that should just let me win the game naturally. Because if they can't, I'm just gonna mill about normally, and there's nothing they can do about it. If they can, I might be screwed, but I don't think they can. I think they've just got to race me now. That's an awesome draw. Why is it making me stack them? I thought I had it save targets, yeah. Thought it'd stack it on its own. They might be on Campfire, which could be ugly, but Ornament's fantastic. I'm gonna play out my artifacts and then pass, and then probably just draw off Ornament and Spare Supplies. Fog's fine, don't care. It's pretty awesome. I've got a lot of artifacts I can sacrifice right in response. I will go for that. Candy Trail. That on bottom. I'm gonna put that on bottom because I'm never gonna sacrifice it until the spell bomb goes away. Until it's almost away. And then we play Fangren out here. And sacrifice a bunch of artifacts, gaining a ton of life. I'm just going to go ahead and assume my opponent is on 0 ways to answer this Jace's Erasure game 1, which is a great sign for me. In postboard, they're going to have some pretty nasty hate. I'm expecting duress and a ton of graveyard hate. And then we pass the turn. Five mana, what is this? Insight, sure. I'm surprised he's drawing cards. I was thinking maybe he doesn't try and he doesn't want to deck out, but this way I can safely draw through my entire deck, and he is going to mill out and die before I do now, guaranteed, despite what graveyard hate he has. Maybe he just didn't have a removal for Fangren. Yeah, because it was, he only had 4 swamps. Way too late for that. Can I grab a land? Put yourself at 17? Yeah. This is game over. I might even be able to kill him this turn. Probably not this turn. Definitely next turn, though. We'll see. There should be more lands left. I'm surprised he's going for that here. Okay. Works for me. Crop rotate. I think there's still another tower left in here. Oh yeah, there's a lot of lands. Let's get them out of my deck. That island, flashback, deep analysis. Guarantee the win right here real quick. Any spell bombs? He's 4 spell bomb main deck. Can't say I'm too surprised. Pass the turn. Discard expedition map, land, whatever. Oh, he does have a campfire in his deck. Ooh. What if he has one in his hand? That means I am going to have to go infinite. Am I down both lads, inspectors? There's the campfire. That's fine. We can just kill through it, whatever. Pretty annoying, but sure. Pulse of Marasa. Sure. If he taps out here, I win the game. Actually, wait. Am I down all 4 compulsives? No, only 3 compulsives, which means there's still one running around. Cool. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go Foundry Inspector, and he's probably gonna remove it, but that's fine. Sure. crack you for white. Compulsive myself. Be a little careful there. Doesn't matter. I'm going to mill you out right here and now. Bobble. Get back Foundry Inspector. Foundry Inspector. Bobble. Start looping them. Nice campfire. Alright. Ancient Grudge. Seems great. Foundry Inspector seems not so good. Ornament. Not sure on. Scattershot can come out. Vangren can come out. Go creatureless. And then I guess I just bring in the hand disruption. I probably want Golem Foundry. Do I want Bonder's Ornament? Foundry doesn't seem that good. I guess I'm just mostly afraid of getting my Erasure removed and exiled. The only reason I'd run Spellwalm is if he has Campfire, but at that point I might as well just do a singular Inspector. I think I cut Ornament. Do I run an extra land? Probably not. I probably do this swap, and then, yeah, we can run the one of Foundry just in case. Call it a day. I might have sideboarded wrong, but at the same time, I've got to figure out what the heck he's doing. You keep these. It's got Candy Trail to scry and then map, so you're only needing to draw another Tron land. Now, if he has Duress, it gets a little awkward. Spellbomb. Okay. My heart synced for a second. Candy Trail and then Bobble Cycles. Like, you just, on the draw, you do it. I don't need the random land. I will take that. Urza's mine. Maybe I should have taken the random land. Spellbomb ×2? Don't care. Expedition map. I'm going to play out the Bobble just to protect it from Duresses, and I'm never going to crack it unless he tries to remove it. Sure, Cryptodeath is fine. Cool, we have Tron. Set up the card draw. Double compulsive, sure. Triple compulsive, I guess. There's a land to discard. I think I'd actually rather have that one. Let's go with you off blue, and then we'll compulsive afterwards. Grab that blue, hit the compulsive. I think I'm going to hold on to weather for a little bit longer. Discard a land. Play you out, surveil 1. That's a great thing to put in my graveyard. And I'm just going to hit him with the Duress, figure out what he's working with here. Defile and Troublemaker Oof. I figured he had stuff like that. I don't mind this line here. Sure. Okay. Let's start with compulsive. See what we draw. Discard a power plant. I would rather cycle remote isle. Candy trail. You want to be drawn last. I don't mind cycling through these. I think now is not the worst time to go for a pretty big play with this weather the storm. So I think what I'm going to do, I want to keep my conduit pylon and I want more towers later, so I'm just going to cycle a power plant for a power plant. Maybe it should have been mine for mine in case he's on some random land destruction. And then I will get the scry off. Maybe I should play bobble in case he top decks duress, but whatever. And then these spells are fine, sure. And I will get a massive weather the storm off. Feels like a really solid position now. There's his green mana, so I can expect a Troublemaker Oof to come in, which means I want to keep a large amount of mana up. I don't want to play this Conjurer's Bauble. I mean, not Conjure, Spare Supplies, because that gives them a free removal. I think I'm just going to pass the turn and sacrifice all of my big artifacts here, because it costs 8 mana. He is on land destruction! Alright. I don't really need Tron that badly anymore. I should have seen it coming, I guess. Oh, I don't have the green mana though, but that works out. We can cycle in the remote isle or something, or if I draw a land here. Sure. I think I'm going to keep the remote isle then. Should have seen it coming. I don't know why I didn't. Of course you're on land destruction for Tron. Why not? Right? Sphere. Green. Rotate. Grab them. I just misclicked. Oh well. Spare supplies. Trail. I don't care if he oofs me at this point. I don't want to refractor this early. Same thing. I kind of want to save it for as late as I can. I have to reset my yields in case he goes for my bauble. Avenging Hunter. That's his best card here. It's his only pressure. Might get another forest. Nope. Sure. Swamp is fine. More than likely, I'm actually going to eat his oof here. Sphere. Black. Intervention. Got 2 of them. Sure. Now we grab the proper land. Don't misclick it. There we go. All's well that ends well. One top, one bottom, huh? The rest? Limbus, sure. 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 Nothing I really care about. Gain 3, draw a card. I guess I could have waited, but whatever. Now's not the worst time to duress you again. probably gonna discard this. Never mind. Am I okay with him oofing it? You get a creature out of it. I'm okay with him moving it. I gotta go fight through him eventually anyways. Actually, maybe I should, he's gonna oof it anyways. I'm gonna just weather the storm. I don't really care about the 3/3 that much. Like, it doesn't really fight here. A lot of life, and I'm at 13 cards already. Exile my foundry, sure. Thumbs up. That kind of sucks. Kind of want to make a move with this frantic salvage. I think I'm going to. I lose one bauble, I think, if I am doing this properly. And I get back all these spare supplies. Okay, so we get to go tuck all of my good stuff. I think I'm good on weathers. I would like to still get this temporal intervention. And then we frantic salvage with this on the stack. We get conjures, 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 spare supplies, candy trail. We only really need one candy trail, the rest are redundant. And then we can put it back at instant speed. Let's put the candy trail at the bottom, and then I want my spare supplies. And then we lose the singular conjures bauble, but now I'm up a bunch of cards. I'm gonna duress them real quick, see what you're working with. Pulse of Marasa, Defile. I will eat that Pulse of Marasa. I'm down only 2 compulsives. I'm gonna hold on to these lands. Wait, I messed up. Does he just have another land in hand? Is that what I missed? Might be. Take 8 here, whatever. Pretty solid top deck. Alright, alright. I see you. Let's draw some cards. I don't think I have any left, actually, which is pretty awkward. Energy Refractor at this stage of the game is probably fine. I don't know if I need Tron to win with anymore, though. Just, it would be nice. So if I find a way to, I might Conjures Bauble back the power plant if I hit like a map or something. This is on cast, right? Yeah, it's on cast. Okay. I don't need it. I'm just gonna play a normal old deck. Maybe I want it though. Yeah, it's probably worth it. Map. Tuck the power plant and yoink it here. Grab that power plant and then just play this other map. I can probably crack it upkeep. Gotta fight through a Defile and a Crypt Rats, and then I should be able to combo. I'm feeling pretty safe. Should be able to beat everything here. As long as I don't mess up somehow. Which is very real possibility. I do stupid things sometimes. So crack you, get this last land out of my deck. Okay. Play you, and then I think I pass the turn and do this next turn with all my mana. Actually, yeah, we can go Deep Analysis, go down to 1 card. And then I think I kill next turn, right? Yeah, there's no sense in trying to kill right here. I guess trying to kill right there gives them 1 less use out of that. That's kind of awkward for me, but even then, that's still fine. Rancid Earth again off the top. Alright, man. Whatever. I know you have... I need the Tron, so I'm gonna get it back. And then we Temporal Intervention you. Defile. I should be able to win here. I think I've got the mana and the permanence. You can wipe this Inspector twice, but that's okay. That's fine. I guess I don't kill him this turn anymore, but I get to wipe off. Actually, wait, do I die to the damage if he goes fatter here? I don't think I do. No, I should be fine. But I do actually have to stop here. So let's make sure we can win by going for you. No, he just kills me, doesn't he? Because I tucked too many baubles, right? He's got another Crypt Rats in hand. There's nothing I can do to stop it. Wait. Turn off all yields. Target Foundry Inspector. Mill myself. No, target Temporal Intervention. Mill myself 1. Draw it. Play it. Yeah, this works. So I mill my other Conjure's Bauble. Play this Bauble. Boom. Get Frantic Salvage on the bottom. Mill you. Boom. Eat your other Crypt Rat. Untap, win the game. As long, I mean, he can top deck something, but this gives me my best chance. I was 1 mana short of killing him like this, so. So that land destruction top deck was pretty huge. Because it Made it awkward for me. Nice, nice. Alright, let's get back all 3 baubles. And Foundry Inspector. Order doesn't matter that much. Need to have it save targets. Turn off auto yields. Play the land out. Play the bauble. Yeah, I'll target myself, sure. Okay. This is now a definitive win, because it can eat the card in his hand with Temporal Intervention. Cast it on him. Sure. And now we win. That was a lot closer than it probably could have been. I think I misplayed at some point regarding my land base. I didn't respect him having a potential land destruction game plan, and that hurt me. I'm going to tap an extra tower, because right now if I accidentally click spare supplies, it would auto-sacrifice it with 2 mana in my mana pool, and I'd lose the game. And that would really suck. But this is a 4-2 in the challenge. Pretty solid. Deck's fun. I don't know how much I'll play it in leagues, because it's, I don't know how great it is for content when you're just sitting here doing this, and I don't really want to edit videos enough to not sit here through the combo. Maybe when I'm a little bit more savvy with video editing. But as it is, we're just going to mill the guy, right? And then I'm going to hit him with that compulsive research. We're not going to time out. I'm not too worried about that. That temporal intervention line was hot. I'm proud of myself. I'm going to be honest. The reason I didn't go for it for the turn before he could forge that, was I didn't really have as much mana, and if he top decks more hate, it gets really awkward. But this is an opponent who had 4 Collector Oofs, 4 Spell Bombs in their deck. Didn't really do a whole lot ton of removal to break up my combo. Still managed to win. Campfires. Only way to beat the deck, as we have seen in the games I lost, is just kill you before you really get going. Alright, and then we loop compulsive research. Alright, 4-2. Solid challenge. Probably gonna be like top 16 pretty easily. No way I make top 8, losing round 1. Still can't believe I won that game too. Thanks for watching, everybody. Next couple days are a little more busy for me, so I might not be able to upload till the Sunday challenge, but definitely going to do that one. More than likely I'll upload it on a Monday, because it takes a while to upload these things, and I'll have to put all the videos together. Till next time.